Let's just hope we don't get hijacked by a not-so-evil team and their radio show. Hello and welcome, my radio moderating Leafs. We are finally back to normal, with Digimon Ghost Game and Precure running again. And I hope it stays like that, stupid hacker. But we are here for Pokémon today, so let's have a look at how bad of a friend Ash is. Again. Episode 103. Ash and Clement. The Great Friendship Training. Okay, Go meets Bonnie, one of Ash's former companions. She still has Dedenne by her side, and why wouldn't she? It's funny how he always meets Ash's former companions without knowing at first. I mean, there's dressing like your Pokémon, and then there's dressing like your Pokémon, which is Licky Licky. His kinks seem very obvious. It seems to like Surfetch Stick a lot, and this is totally not a double meaning here. Okay, Go caught a Froakie, but what is he doing here? We have seen several times how people always throw Pokeballs into the water, and now they are telling us they don't teleport back to you? Really? Surfetch'd is trying to learn a new move, and Dracovish is hindering it doing so. Ash, if your Pokemon doesn't behave, how about putting it back into the Pokeball? Okay, the problem is that he is off-balanced, and thus can't use the move, because he is carrying a sword and a shield. Also, that is more like a lance. And it would just mean his leak isn't properly weighted for battle. That's what happens when you get older. Ah, Dracovish stabilized it, so the move worked. Too bad there isn't some kind of battle mode where you can use 2 instead of 1 Pokemon, right? If showing a Pokemon how to properly move to fight efficiently, and that is a very Ash way of teaching, then that means all the other trainers are absolute degenerates, because guess what? If you want to teach someone something, teaching them is kind of the best way to do it. And in an actual double battle, it managed to use Meteor Assault without Dracovish biting. Good. And very unspectacular, it basically just could do it after a bit of training. Why are you still battling? You started this to get Surfetch to learn Meteor Assault, which it did. There's no real reason to continue. I would make a comment about Dracovish being stupid trying that, without a weapon and all. But it is Dracovish after all, so yeah. This episode was pretty okay. It was a training episode, so you got what you'd expect from it. And now, on to the battle against Drasna. Episode 104, Hyperclass versus Elite Four Drasna. Oh look, she uses my favorite dragon type. And while I really like it, I do hope I get something I like more in Gen 9. Yes, that is true, but have you learned anything from Ash's fighting style? He overcomes type disadvantages all the time, because he is actually a good trainer despite people claiming he isn't. I have a video about that even. Look it up. It's in the end cards. You know, places like these should have some precautions regarding moves like this. You know, so the audience doesn't get hurt. It is a battle place after all. Some kind of glass would be sufficient. You know, this would actually be an interesting ability for Surfetch'd. When the HP go under 50% or something, it loses its shield, halving its defense but raising its speed by that amount. Okay, now it is basically just naked. After all that training, it shows us a pretty bad fight. Also, it looks pretty strange without the equipment. But finally, it uses its new move and does absolutely nothing because Neuver negates the damage. Good thing we spent a whole episode on this. I wouldn't call it rare. it is a revived fossil. The fossil might be rare, but the Pokemon itself is more like non-existing. Like, you cannot find the Pokemon at all. You can just find the fossil. Ice Fang is a very smart move, doing 4 times damage after all. Good call, Ash. Like I said, you're not as bad as people make you out to be. Dracovish seems to like long, swaying things. Well, I'm not judging. Ah, one of the few Megas I actually like. And with its now gained Fairy type, it will be immune to Dracovish's Dragon type attacks. Play rough is kinda not rough when done by Altaria. I love that we also get to see wet Altaria after already seeing the normal one wet. Must be extremely heavy though. Did you know that that is the reason for cats not liking to be wet? Their fur gets enormously heavy, hindering their movement. Seriously, Ash? After I just defended you, you use a Dragon type move on a Fairy type? Even if you don't care much about type coverage, at least know it, especially the immunities. A good chance wasted, like your uncle at the family reunion. Ah, finally. Star Assault is doing something, defeating Altaria. Even though Surfetched is done after this as well, leaving Dracovish as the last hope. Oh no. Alright, it learned a new move as well, which, to no surprise, nets them the win. And with that, Ash is on place 9, just 1 away from the Master Class. I wonder who his final Hyperclass enemy will be. Maybe Hop? Well, this was a pretty solid battle episode. I enjoyed it. Even though, at this point, it is obvious that Ash will win. But knowing the outcome doesn't take away from a good performed fight. Episode 105. Eevee and Sylveon. A meeting and a reunion. Okay, Chloe wants to meet the final evolution she has yet to see, Sylveon. And while doing that, gets scouted for Pokemon contests. I like where this is going, and also hope this hints a new evolution for Gen 9. Hoping for Dragon and Flying. Ah, look who she meets. That does have a Sylveon. It's the girl confusing our protagonist with a kiss. And she is dressed like she is going to a funeral. Is that actually that strange? I think it is stranger that it didn't evolve when touching an evolution stone, as we have seen that you can't decide not to evolve when touching it. Look at Go's Raichu. It didn't want to evolve, but still did. Instead of going to see Chloe perform, he rather battles. See, I told you he shows us how bad of a friend he is again. You know, in the anime, contests should look amazing. But they are always so lame. They only let something glitter a bit, swirling it around, not utilizing what you could actually do. That's as sad as your mom when she sees your grades. Well, Go, you are also joining the group of bad friends. You know, you could just go and not wait for Ash. He is doing a wrong here. Was it? Sure, he is the champ in the games. You're just a gym leader. But he is the weakest of them all. You battled way stronger trainers by now. And nope, they are not talking about the kiss. Well, I always like Chloe episodes, or rather Eevee episodes. But this one, like I said, contests always are kinda boring, not that they should be. Oh well. Now, turn on your radio. Episode 106. A new program. Team Rocket's Secret Kingdom Radio. Oh look, this is what Jesse's soul looks like. Okay, this episode is hard to review. They have a radio show to recruit new rocket grunts, and it is full of puns. And that is the whole episode. In the end, it turns out that Ren and the prof are both listeners to the show. Which is a nice finish. Like I said, this episode isn't really reviewable and also not that fun even. Go ahead and skip it, or give the puns a try. Maybe they are for you, but myself, well, was okay. So, one more to go today. Episode 107. Help us, Big Brother Yamper! I do know this is for research purposes. However, photos? It would be way more efficient to just have cameras all around. Artistically, yeah, a photo is not the same as a video. But this is about research. And with that, video is supreme. Grookey lost his stick. What a shtick. Why is it so that when a Pokemon has some important item to it, it loses it at one point? Shouldn't they look after it way more carefully? Or are the writers just that lazy? Heracross is a creep. And I thought this was settled in the Leafeon episode. Ah, so it isn't in love. It is just addicted. Like Ash's Heracross back in the day. Why is the anime depicting Heracross as a drug addict all the time? What do they have against it? That river is a bit purple, wouldn't you say? Like, is it hinting at a specific color? Pokemon purple? Gen 9 confirmed! Well, this episode in a nutshell. Them running around following Yamper. So, a Grimace bathing upstream. Yeah, that will be bad for the water. But why is it even here? Oh, it gave its cave to Froakie, so our new guy has a place to live in. But Froakie in a cave? Wouldn't it be more at home in the river? So they built Grimer a little pond as a new home, and Suicune cleanses the river. But wouldn't that pond be more fitting for Froakie? Why am I still questioning these things? And then Ash gets the message that his next battle for a place in the Master Class is set, and it is against Raihan. So he won't be in the finale. What a shame. He should have had a nice battle against Leon. Well, this episode was filler, and we get a big one after this. As a filler, it was okay, but in the end, just a lot of running around, showcasing some of Go's Pokemon, with nothing of importance happening. Looking forward to next time, where we see a familiar face again. Ribbit. What did you think about these episodes? Tell me in the comments below. Also, while you're at it, wet the like and subscribe button as well as the little bell with a bit of rain dance. And in the description, check out the links to my Twitter and Instagram where I post stuff and keep you updated about new videos as well as live streams, which you can find on my Twitch. I hope to see you there as well. And until next time, bye-bye!